The P-I-N-K show. Hey, it's your girl Pinky, P-I-N-K-Y, and I'm so fly. And today, Pink Panthers, it is another episode of Mo Movies, Mo Movies, Mo Movies. But this is like for a TV show, so I guess you can say Mo Shows, Mo Shows, Mo Shows. Okay? Before I start this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please, Pink Panther, subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you can know when my next video is gonna be here. Okay? Let's get started. So, I want to talk about this particular show. I was thinking to myself, I was like, wow, like as I was watching this show, I was like, wow, I shouldn't just talk about movies. I should talk about TV shows as well, because I love TV shows. It don't matter. I like reality, drama, comedy, sitcoms, all of that. So Netflix, and this is actually a Netflix show, and you guys probably know all about this show. Now, the show we're going to talk about is You. Okay, now, it's the show is called You. It stars this actor named Penn Badgley. I think it's Badgley. Penn Badgley. He was on John Tucker Must Die, The Stepfather, Gossip Girl. He played Dan from Gossip Girl. That's who, yeah, so he's in this show. Now, he plays a psychopath named Joe Goldberg. And yeah, so he plays a psychopath named Joe Goldberg. He runs this library, or I think it's like a library mixed with a bookstore. So he runs this library mixed with a bookstore. You know, he has a guy that works with him and for him named Ethan. Joe sees this girl coming through the door. Her name is Beck, Guinevere Beck. I don't know why her mama named her Guinevere, but hey, whatever. Her name is Guinevere Beck, but everybody calls her Beck. And yeah, the rest is history. But instead of being, just regular and say, hi, I really think that you're beautiful. We have an amazing conversation. Do you want to go get some coffee? Do you want to get some dinner? No, instead, he follows her. He hacks into her social media. He knows all about her friends. He knows about what she does, where she goes to school at, where she lives, who she's, having sex with, all of that. Like, he's a psychopath. Like, he follows her, he's a stalker, he's all of that. So, I'm gonna go to where they get closer. So, he's obsessed / in love with this girl, and everything just kind of go wrong. He kind of kills people through the process. Okay, let's talk about season 1 before we go to season 2. So this is all season 1. So like I said, he's in love with Beck and he's obsessed with her. He kills her boy toy. Then he killed her best friend, Peach. Now, Peach is played by Shay Mitchell. She played Emily from Pretty Little Liars. I'm pretty sure y'all know who Shay Mitchell is. And he doesn't like her best friend because, one, she's kind of like a diva. 2, she's obsessed with Beck as well. They're like best friends. And yeah, he doesn't like that. So he really doesn't like her friends. Well, he likes her 2 other friends, but he really doesn't care about Peach, which is like her main best friend. So yeah, and everything just goes along with it. He tries to also, besides him stalking and being obsessed with Beck, like I said, he runs a library / bookstore. But in the library bookstore, probably his downstairs or the basement of the shop, he has a layer where he kidnaps people and he put the person inside of the layer. And yeah, he doesn't kill them at first. He talks to them to get the information about Beck, what all he needs to know, this, that, and the third. Now, he put he put her boy toy in there, and then eventually he kills him. But, because he wasn't doing what he said, this, that, and the third. So, yeah. So, but besides him being obsessed and a stalker to Beck, he lives in an apartment. His next door neighbor, he looks after Paco. That's his little boy named Paco. Paco looks up to him. He gives Paco some books to read because Paco's mama and her boyfriend always arguing, always, showing that toxic relationship. So Paco just sits on the stairs and read the books that Joe gives him. And yeah, Paco's mama boyfriend thinks something is wrong with him, so Joe, always been getting into these little trouble. Well, they're not really trouble, but you thinking he gonna get catch, but it's a show, so clearly he don't get catch. She always gives him an excuse, this, that, and third. So the ending of it, oh yeah, and also he goes to therapy, to this therapist named Dr. Nikki. He goes to therapy. Now, Dr. Nikki is played by the actor John Stamos. You may know him from he plays Uncle Jesse in Full House. So yeah, that's his therapist. He goes to therapy. He talks about Beck, basically talks about Beck. Him and Beck start to date. Then Beck realized that he starts following her. They broke up because she said she's not gonna be with somebody that she don't trust. He dates another girl. He dates a black girl. Not to say it like that, but I don't know what her name is. So yeah, so he dates her. I feel like she was really just a rebound just to get over Beck, but even though he was with her, he really wasn't obsessed with Beck, but then towards the end, he did kind of obsessed with Beck, and then, Beck knew he was dating, this is that and the third, him and Beck got back together, but, as they sharing their I loves you and all that, Joe finds out that Beck cheated on him with the therapist. And also, one of these episodes, Beck goes to Dr. Nikki as a patient, and that's her therapist as well to talk about Joe. And yeah, so she ended up cheating on him with his therapist. Then before that, I'm sorry. So Joe also had this ex-girlfriend named, God dang, what was her name? Candace. I almost said Claudia, but Candace. He dated this girl named Claudia. He was super obsessed with her as well. But they broke up because she cheated on him with another guy. She knows that he's crazy, this, that, and the third. Now, he says she moved to Italy. But turns out she didn't move to Italy. Well, I'm going to tell you that. Fast forward. So Beck, knows about Candace. She tries to look into Candace. She found a lot. She talks to people that knew Candace and Joe together, asking questions, this is that and third. So Beck, asking Joe about everything. Joe is kind of telling her what half the truth, but then half false. Beck finds all the stuff, all the evidence about Beck. He had her phone, her old phone. He had her laptop. He had her panties. He had everything. And she found it. So Beck was trying to make it seem like, oh, let me go ahead, run to get some coffee, make an excuse to leave. He puts her in a dang layer. She's trying to persuade him to thinking that, she's, going to do this, she's going to do that. She's trying to run away. Bam, he killed her. Now, before we go into season 2, I was very disappointed when he killed Beck. First of all, I didn't think she really died. Because you know how you watch shows and movies like a thriller, suspense type of movie. You thinking they killed the person, but really they didn't kill the person. Like a horror movie type. I'm thinking she's still alive. No, she died. Which I was upset. Because I'm not going to lie. I liked him with Beck. I just felt like, one, he was a psychopath. Two, he was a stalker. Three, he kept on killing people. But the excuse of why he was killing people, because he was doing everything for love, because he just loved Beck so much, he wants to kill people. It was just too much. So yeah. So so after he killed Beck, he framed the death on Dr. Nikki, the therapist. Dr. Nikki went to jail or prison. I think he went to jail. So Beck was a writer. So really, during season 1, she was a writer, and she would go to little sections, be the writer assistant in college, but she really couldn't focus on writing. She thought her creativity was gone. Joe was trying to help her, but Joe decided to write a tell-all book. Like, he made it seem like Beck wrote it, but really he wrote it. Trying to make it seem like Beck wrote it, but he wrote it. And it was a sellout book. It did really well. And yeah. So fast forward to, and in the ending of season 1, Candace, you're going to see Candace, and she's going to be like, and she's basically going to tell him that she's going to get him. It's going to be revenge, payback time. So fast forward to season 2. So I watched season 2 last Saturday, and I'm not going to lie, it kind of took me forever. It kind of took me the whole last week just to finish that goddamn season. I'm not going to lie, season 2 was kind of boring. It was kind of like get to the point. Season 1 kind of got straight to the point. Season 2 was all this suspense. You had to think. You think is this person. And season 2 was just a lot. It was a lot going on. So Joe ends up moving to LA to get away from New York, to get away from people. And he was really running away from Candace, but he was running away from people, just as at the third. So he moved to LA. And he is not Joe Goldberg anymore. He changed his name, but he faked the name. Like, his name is still Joe Goldberg, but he faked the name, pretending to be somebody that he's not. And the fake name was Will Bethlehem. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. It was like Will Bethlehem, Will Bethlehem, Will be something. And he also is in love with a girl. Her name is Love, okay? Now, I'm not going to lie. I really didn't like him and Love together. I just felt like, like, she was trying to make it seem like she's perfect good at two shoes, but I felt like she was crazy from the get-go. I was like, this girl crazy. I'm like, watch, he met his match. She's going to be crazy and cuckoo bird like he is. He going to be turned off and try to get away from her. So he moved to LA. He's under a fake name. He finds a new girl. He's obsessed about her too, but he really doesn't go all the way in with Love at first like he did with Beck, because he tries to like slow down, tries to get himself together, but he's really obsessed and stalker to her as well. He hacked into her information. He knows everything. He knows her friends. He knows a lot. Just the same pattern with Beck. Now, he moved to these apartments, this is that. So the landlord at the apartment, her name is Delilah. I like Delilah. And then she has a little sister that lives with her. Her name was Ellie. Now, I like Ellie. Now, to me, Ellie was kind of like the girl version of Paco, the little boy from season 1. She was kind of like the girl version of Paco. He felt himself. He needs to look after her, be a role model to her, a mentor towards her, all of this and all of that. She was like 15, this is that and the third. So now the impression of Ellie was she's fast, but really she's not fast. She's very smart. She wants to be a writer, a filmmaker, whatever, and yeah, she wants to follow her dreams. Her and her sister kind of have a toxic relationship. They have like an up and down, good and bad type of relationship. So yeah. But she can handle her own, take care of her own, but she lives with her sister. So Joe lives in his apartment, this is that and the third. He's kind of putting the evidence, in the room, in the house, apartment, this is that. Now, he ends up working at a store, a food market, if you will. He ends up meeting Love, but come to find out, he been knew who Love was. This is that and the third. She has a twin brother. Love has a twin brother named 40. I really liked his character. Now, to me, he was kind of like the boy version of Peach. Like, he had some similarities towards Peach, but not really. Joe was more closer to 40 than to Peach. Him and Peach couldn't stand each other. Oh, and he killed Peach. So, season 1, Joe killed Beg's boy toy Peach, and he killed Beg. Season 2, yeah, I didn't tell you all about that yet. So yeah, so 40 was kind of like the boy version of Peach, but him and 40 was really close. Him and Peach couldn't stand each other. So so they became close. This is that. Now 40 is trying to be in the movie industry. This, that, and the third, a writer and all that. So, Love likes Joe, aka Will. She loves Will. She likes him, but Joe was telling her that he's interested, but he's kind of not going there yet because he wants to take it slow. But really, he's trying to figure out how he gonna work this, that, because he's really running away from Candace. Now, Candace disappointed me this season. I don't know if she did for y'all. Candace disappointed me this season because Candace, she's all about, I'm going to get you, I'm going to expose you, I'm going to do revenge. She really didn't do anything this season. Besides this, hold that thought. So, come to find out, so there's really such a guy, his name is Will B, the name that Joe was under. Now, he met Will over something. You have to watch the show. He met him something. He ended up hitting him on the back of the head and put Will in his lair. Now, he's, telling all the people he puts in the lair, oh, I'm not going to kill you. This is supposed to help you. Giving him information. This is that and third. This is that and third. So he eventually lets Will get out of the lair. The real Will promised him that he's not going to expose him. He doesn't want to get him in trouble. This is that and third. So Will went to Manila with his wife, fiance Gigi. So he escaped. So he left. He was in LA anymore. He left. So yeah. So Joe was looking out for 40. He's looking out for Ellie. Yeah, then him and Love eventually get together. They slept together. They dating. This is that and third. They not telling 40, but 40 found out. He was protecting Ellie because, so the landlord Delilah, so he found Delilah at a party because he was trying to look for something. And it was this comedian / producer. Delilah's, is the guy that raped her. He drugged her. She fell asleep. He took a picture of it. This is that and the third. So she ends up telling Joe that. So Ellie becomes all buddy with Delilah's rapist, but Delilah's not telling Ellie that that's her rapist. She's trying to be careful. This is that and third. Joe ends up trying to protect Ellie. He's trying to give Delilah evidence to take the producer down. This is that and the third. And yeah, so he ends up dating Love. He meets her friends, trying to figure out, their dynamic. This is that and the third. So come to find out. So he's helping 40 trying to write a script. LA is really not effing with 40, so Joe is trying to help 40 out with the script. Ellie's helping them, this, that, and the third. Now, also, they were showing flashbacks of Joe's childhood. He had a bad childhood. His mom and his dad. His mom was kind of fast. She chose different dudes except for him. Him and his daddy wasn't really close. He was abusing his mama. He ended up killing his daddy. Oh, season 1. So Joe ends up running the library in the bookstore from this older guy named Mooney. Now, Mooney, now he looked up to Mooney. Mooney kind of took Joe under his wing. Now, the whole layer thing, he got that from Mooney because Mooney was low-key a psychopath too. Mooney was like, I'm trying to help you. This is your punishment. He gonna put him in a layer, feed him in a layer, so that's what the whole layer thing's about because he got that from Mooney, and Mooney manipulated him to thinking, oh, if you get in trouble, go be in a layer. And, that wasn't normal. So yeah. So, him and Love, they're dating. They're breaking up. This is that and the third. Love ends up finding out all about Joe because, so Love and 40 went to this convention. This is that third. So he met Candace, but she faked her name to be Amy Adam. Now, come to find out, of course, Candace is Joe's ex. So Joe and Love and 40 and Candace all went to the parents' thing. Joe didn't know who 40 girlfriend was until he realized, oh, it's Candace. Candace is trying to threaten him, punish him, sabotage him, exposing him. This is that third. Love can kind of tell that their dynamic was weird. And that Candace was a weird individual as well. Cut to find out Candace was trying to do some more digging, trying to figure out where Joe lives. This is that and third. Love hired a private investigator, because that's what her family does, to look after Candace, but then come to find out. So yeah, so she told Candace her dirty word. Candace telling Love that she needs to watch out for Joe. He's crazy. He's a psychopath. This is that and the third. She's telling her Love about the history between her and Beck. This is that and the third. Now, Beck was on season 2, but she was on season 2 as like a ghost, like a flashback, like a ghost. And I was so mad because it was kind of like, if you're going to bring back Candace, who really didn't do anything, why you didn't bring back Beck? Like, I really didn't think they should have killed Beck, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. Because to me, season 1 and season 2 really didn't go hand to hand. Like, it was kind of just like, it was like a whole different show, how they like introduced season 2 as. But yeah, so Candace ended up telling Love about Joe. This is at the third. They end up breaking up. Love ended up dating somebody else. Joe is trying to say that, okay, maybe Love is not the one for him. He just was just thinking that Love is the one. She's gonna make me human again. She's gonna make me goody two shoes. She's gonna make me the perfect guy. And turns out it backfired. Joe ends up sleeping with Delilah. Delilah had a cop buddy. He really likes her. She really didn't. They're kind of going in and out and out. But Joe ends up sleeping with Delilah. Love has her own boyfriend. Joe and 40 remaining close. 40 knows everything about Joe, but he's still rooting for him and Love to be together. Him and Love are playing games. Now check this out. Now, so 40 ends up wanting to make a movie about Beck's book. So that was another thing that backfired to Joe. Now, so he ended up so Delilah ends up finding out about Joe. As soon as she went to the lair, this is that. As soon as she was leaving the lair, Joe caught her. He put her in the lair. He's saying, I'm so sorry, it has to come out this way, but you find out this and that. He's saying he's not going to kill her, which he really wasn't. And he's telling her that he's going to leave, he's going to move, he's going to get out of town. I'm going to give you 16 hours. After the 16 hours, you're free. You can get out the lair, do whatever. But Joe, ends up going to the hotel with 40 and Ellie to do this script. Joe got high, him and 40. Joe's childhood is kind of haunting him. Killing people is haunting him. So, Delilah ends up being dead. Because guess who killed her? Love ends up killing her. So, Love became a psychopath. And I knew she was a goddamn psychopath. I said that since the first episode, that something's wrong with her. She crazy as heck. She needs help. Now, I really didn't care for this season. I really didn't care for this. I don't know. I felt like they were trying to make it intense, but yeah. So Love ends up telling Joe about her killing past, this, and that. Oh, and also 40 was telling Joe about his ex-girlfriend. He said that he killed his ex-girlfriend accidentally, this and that. But kind of found out he didn't kill his ex-girlfriend. Love did. So Love was telling Joe everything. Joe ended up being in the lair. She gets the extra key. She's not letting him out, this and that. So Joe was trying to sabotage the getting out, and Love revealed that she's pregnant. So yeah, so Joe was faking it, saying they're gonna make it work, this and that. I feel like ever since Love said that she crazy, Joe not paying attention to her anymore. Joe don't want to be with her anymore. Joe is now still with her because of the baby, but Joe doesn't want Love anymore. He doesn't. And 40 ends up, Candace ended up, because 40 and Candace dated, because So Candace ended up telling 40 about Joe. So 40 knows everything about Joe. He's trying to kill him. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that. So Candace went to the lair with Love and Joe. Love ended up killing Candace. So Candace is dead. 40 died. 40 was going to kill Joe, but then the cop, Delilah's elf boy, ended up killing 40. So they trying to make it seem like 40 killed. 40 was the one that killed the guy, the producer. Yeah. So Joe ends up killing the producer that raped Delilah and was BFFs with Ellie. So he was trying to drug Ellie, but Joe saw that and this is that and the third. So the moral of the story is, I really didn't care for this season. I feel like this season was so wrong on so many levels. Joe and Love ends up moving to a house. Now, next season, Joe is going to be obsessed with this girl that's next door to them. Now, I read the comments on YouTube. Now, people saying that they think it is the mama, which I don't think it's Joe's mom, because it's like, what? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like this season really got in depth with who Joe was, why Joe do the things that he does. His childhood was messed up. Like, it kind of really, it went in depth, but it was still dumb. Because it's kind of just like, Oh yeah, then Ellie, she ran away. Because I guess she didn't know. She thought Joe killed Delilah, but really Love killed Delilah, but Joe didn't tell her that Love killed Delilah. So Joe was going to send her some money. Ellie, she ran away. She went elsewhere. This is that and third. So yeah, this season was huge. I want to talk to you guys about it, because I don't know if you guys watch You, and then I just wanted to vent about the show. I mean, I like the show. I think Penn Badgley, whatever how you say his last name, I think he's a wonderful actor. I think he's underrated. So this show is a really good show. I like suspense. I like thrillers. I like drama. I like mysteries. I like those types of movies. So, I like plot twists. The plot twist that makes sense. Now, if it was like a complicated plot twist, then maybe, what the heck? But yeah, so I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Comment down below if you watched the show. Comment down below, what do you guys think about the show? Just comment down below. What do you think season 3 is going to have? What do you expect for season 3? And all that. But I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like or dislike, thumbs up or thumbs down, comment. Please, and please, Pink Panther, subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you can know when the next video is going to be here, okay? And you guys should know my saying, let smile, be yourself. Don't worry. Be happy, okay? Wait. Oh, and follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Pinky's Entertainment. Instagram, Pinky's Entertainment. Another Instagram, The Pinky Show. And yeah. There's your girl, Pinky, Pinky. And I'm so